as we have already discussed in previous class, Java tokens, today's topic is variables, data types, and typecasting. The learning objectives, today's learning objectives are variables, scope of variables, data types, symbolic constants, data type conversion, narrowing conversion, uh, example program on the typecasting. Okay, first one as the variable. Variable అనేది ఏంటి? ఒక identifier. Variable is an identifier that denotes the storage location used to store the data value. Suppose we want to store any data, value, must and should we can define the variable. During the execution of the program, the value will be changed. Um, Values can be stored in the variable. The value can be changed during the execution of the program. In Java program, it is necessary to declare the variable name in the declaration part. Okay. Rules for declaring a variable. Variable name consists of the alphabets, digits, and underscore. They must not be begin with the digit. Uppercase and lowercase letters are different. It should not be a keyword. White space is not allowed. Variable name can be any of length. Okay, in C language it contains only 32 characters. In Java, variable length can be any length we can take in. Okay. What are the rules for declaring the variables? A variable name consists of alphabets, digits, and underscore. They must not begin with the digit. Both uppercase and lowercase letters can be used to declaring the variables. Uppercase and lowercase letters are the different. It should not be a keyword. White space characters are not allowed. Variable names can be taken as any length. How to declare the variable in the declaration part. What is the syntax for the declaring the variable? Data type, space, variable name 1, variable name 2, variable name 3, and so on. Okay. One example. Here we are giving one example. Int count. Count as the integer type of variable. Float, average. Average as the float type of variable. Double, p1. P1 as the double type of variable. Here int, float, double are the data types. Count, average, p1 as the variables. Once again, variable is an identifier that denotes a storage location used to store the data value. Suppose we want to store any data value, must and should we can define the variable. During the execution of the program, the value will be changed. In Java programming, necessary to declare the variable before it is used. Rules for declaring the variable. Variable name may consist of alphabets, digits, and underscore. They must not begin with the digit. Uppercase and lowercase letters are the different. It should not be a keyword. White space characters are not allowed. Variable name can be of any length. Syntax for declaring the variable. Data type. Must and should. First of all, we want to define the data type. Then we are giving one space. After we are taking the variables. How many variables you want? Those variables can be declared in this data type part. Variables are separated with the commas. Same type of variables. Suppose we want to define the more than one variable of the same type, we can separate with the commas. Variable 1, variable 2, variable 3, and so on. Here I am taking one example. Here I am taking some examples. Int count. Count as the integer type of variable. Float, average. Average as the float type of variable. Double, p1. P1 as the double type of variable. Next one. Giving the values to a variable. Suppose we want to give some values to the variable, we can give the values to variable in two ways. First one is by using the assignment statement. In previous class, we are already discussed about the assignment statement. Assignment statement is represented with the equal to symbol. Giving values to a variable in two ways. First way is the by using the assignment statement. Assignment statement. What is the syntax for this? Variable name assigns to value. Example as initial value assigns to 0, final value assigns to 10, A assigns to 90. Here variable names are the initial value, final value, A. Next to value as 0, 10 and 90. In syntactical, data type variable name assigns to value. Here initial value and final values are the integer type of variables. Initial value is assigning with the 0 and final value is assigning with the 10. By using the assignment statement, variable name assigns to value. By using read keyword, it has parsing statements are used. This concept is discussed in future classes. Okay. Next to scope of variables. The scope of variables are classified into three types. First one as the instance variables, second one as the class and static variables, and local variables. Variables are classified into three ways. First one as the instance variable, second one as the class or static variable, third one as the local variable. Instance variables. Instance variables means the non-static variables declared within the class but not in the method is called the instance variable. Instance variable means inside the class and outside the method declaration variables are called the instance variable. We are taking one class, inside the class and outside the method declared variables are called the instance variables. Instance variables are related to the specific object. They can access the class variables. Instance variables means a non-static variables that is declared within the class but not in the methods is called the instance variables. Instance variables are related to specific object. They can access class variables. Okay, instance variables means inside the class, outside the method declare చేసే variables ని instance variables అంటారు. Suppose we want to access the instance variables with the help of objects. Objects only we can access the instance variables. Next one as the class slash static variables. The variables declared with the static keyword class but not in the method is called the static or class variables. Static variables, how can we recognize these variables are the static variables? uh, Static variables ని ఎలా రికగ్నైజ్ చేస్తాము? వీటిని కూడా క్లాస్లోనే డిఫైన్ చేస్తాము. బట్ డేటా టైప్ ముందర కంపల్సరీగా ఏం చేయాలంటే స్టాటిక్ వేరియబుల్ అని డిఫైన్ చేయాలి. Whenever we are defining the static variable, we need not to access with the objects directly. We can access that variables. మనం ఇన్స్టెన్స్ వేరియబుల్స్ అయితే కనుక యాక్సెస్ చేయాలి అంటే మస్ట్ అండ్ షుడ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ని క్రియేట్ చేసి ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ద్వారా మాత్రమే ఆ వేరియబుల్స్ ని యాక్సెస్ చేసేవాళ్ళము. బట్ ఇన్ ద క్లాస్ ఆర్ స్టాటిక్ వేరియబుల్ వీఆర్ ప్రిసీడింగ్ విత్ ద స్టాటిక్ కీవర్డ్. స్టాటిక్ కీవర్డ్ తో ఆ వేరియబుల్ ముందర మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నాం, డేటా టైప్ ముందర స్టాటిక్ అని పెట్టాము అంటే ఒక్కసారి డిఫైన్ చేస్తే ఎంటైర్ ప్రోగ్రామ్, దాని లైఫ్ స్పాన్ ఎంటైర్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఉంటుంది. అయితే ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ ద్వారా వీటిని యాక్సెస్ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. డైరెక్ట్ గా దీస్ వేరియబుల్స్ కెన్ బి యాక్సెస్డ్. Next one as the local variables. These variables declared within the method is called the local variables. A variable that is declared within the method, um, is called the local variables. One class may contain the data members and methods. Suppose we want to implement the method, in that method we are taking the additional variables. Those variables inside the method variables are called the local variables. It is defined in the method other statement, um, such as defined used within the catch block. Outside the block or method, the variable cannot be used. These variables are not applicable for the outside the class. These variables are only used in that method only. Okay, method means functions. One class is defined as, ఒక క్లాస్ మనం ఎలా డిఫైన్ చేస్తాము, both data members and methods are wrapped into the single unit is called the class. Method means, suppose మనం క్లాస్లో సమ్ వేరియబుల్స్ని డిఫైన్ చేసాము, బట్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేసేటప్పుడు అడిషనల్గా సమ్ వేరియబుల్స్ అని కావాల్సి వస్తే మెథడ్లో డిఫైన్ చేసే వేరియబుల్స్ని ఏమంటారంటే లోకల్ వేరియబుల్స్ అంటారు. ద లైఫ్ టైమ్ ఆఫ్ ద స్కోప్ ఆఫ్ ద లోకల్ వేరియబుల్ ఈజ్ ఓన్లీ ఇన్ దట్ ఫంక్షన్. Outside the function, these local variables are not applicable. I am giving here one example. Class A as the class name. In Java, must and should a class name as the capital letter, a first letter as the capital letter. Here class as the keyword, A is the class name. Within the curly braces, we are taking some variables. Int amount as the instance variable. Instance variable means inside the class and outside the method defining variables are called the instance variables. Next, class or static variables is the variable declared with the static keyword of the class but not in the method is called the static variable. Next one is the local variables. Local variables means the variables declared within the method. Here we are in this program main as the method. In this method I am defining int age assigns to 35. This is the local variable. This variable is applicable only in that main method. These are the scope of the variables. Once again, scope of the variables. The scope of variables are classified into three types: instance variables, class or static variables, local variables. Instance variables means a non-static variables declared within the class but not in the method is called the instant variable. Instance variables are related to the specific object. They can access class variables. Okay, suppose we want to access the instance variables, must and should we can define the object. With the help of object only we can access those variables. Class or static variables, a variable is declared with the static keyword is called the static variable but not in the method. The static variables are defined only inside the class but not in the method. Local variables, the variables that are declared inside the method is called the local variables. These local variables are applicable only in that function, in that method only. Okay, next concept. Next concept is the data types. Data types. First concept is the primitive data type. A primitive data type means built-in data types. These primitive data types are divided into four parts. One as the integer, second one as the floating, third one as the character, and another one as the boolean. This integer is divided into four types: byte, short, int, long. Floating point is further divided into two types: float and double. This is the pictorial representation. These are the primitive data types. Primitive data types are four types. What are those? Integer, float, character, boolean. This integer is further divided into byte, short, int, long. Float is further divided into two types. What are those? Float, double, character and boolean. Okay, byte. Byte. How many bytes of memory is occupied for the byte? Byte occupies 8 bits. 8 bits means 1 byte. 1 byte of memory is occupied. Can store the values in the range of minus 128 to plus 127 means 256 values. Byte B assigns to 4 means B occupies 1 byte of memory. 1 byte of memory means 8 bits of memory is allocated for this B. Next, short. Short occupies 2 bytes of memory. 2 bytes means 1 byte equal to 8 bits. 2 bytes equal to 16 bits. Can store the values in the range of minus 32,768 to 32,767. Here we are giving one example. Short S assigns to 500. The S as the variable, 500 is a value. We are assigning the value 500 to S. S occupies 2 bytes of memory. The range of the short is minus 32,768 to plus 32,767. It occupies 2 bytes of memory. Next one as the integer data type. Integer occupies 4 bytes of memory. 4 bytes means 1 byte equal to 8 bits. 4 bytes equal to 32 bits. We can store the range of the value is this one. Next example as the int I assigns to 2500. We are assigning 2500 to I. I occupies 4 bytes of memory, means 32 bits of memory. Next, long. Long occupies 8 bytes of memory, means 64 bits. The range of the long is this one. Okay, long L assigns to um, 54,000 L. Either smaller, we can represent it with the small l or capital L. Okay, long occupies 8 bytes of memory. 8 bytes means 64 bits of memory it occupies. Next one as the integer. Integer values means here in this primitive data type, first one as the integer. Integer means it does not allow the decimal values. The numbers are divided into two types. One as the integer, another one as the float. Integer means it does not allow the decimal value. Float means it allows the decimal value. Integer is further divided into byte, short, int and long. Byte occupies 1 byte of memory. 1 byte of memory means 8 bits. Next, short occupies 2 bytes of memory, means 16 bits. Next, integer occupies 4 bytes of memory. 4 bytes means 32 bits of memory. Next, long occupies 8 bytes of memory, means 64 bits of memory is allocated for these long type of variables. The long variables, mm, uh, the long variable declaration must and should be can embedded with the capital L or small l. Suppose we are giving some value to the long variable, must and should be can embedded with the small l or capital L. Next to float. Float means it allows the decimal point. It allows the decimal point. It occupies 4 bytes of memory. 4 bytes means 32 bits of memory is allocated. Okay, the range is 1.4 into e power minus 45 to 3.4 into e power plus 38. The float variable is embedded with the capital F, value is embedded with the capital F or small f. float f assigns to 24.46 capital F or small f. The float variables, in the float variable, we are giving some value. That value is embedded with either capital F or small f. Next one as the double. Double occupies 64 bits. 64 bits means it occupies 8 bytes of memory. Can store the values of the range is 439 e power minus 324 to 1.797 into e power plus 308. The double variable, how can we define the double variable? Double as the data type, D as the variable name. Here we are giving 20,005.2355. This is the value. This value is assigning to double variable D. Next one is the character. Character occupies 2 bytes of memory, means 16 bits. How can we recognize the character? The char as the uh, keyword for character data type. The character variable is embedded, enclosed within the single quotes. The character variable is enclosed within the single quotes. Char C assigns to within the single quotes. We are enclosed A as enclosed within the single quotes. Here A is assigning to C. Here char C assigns to E means E is assigning to C. It occupies 2 bytes of memory, means 16 bits of memory. Next one as the Boolean. Boolean data type is used to store only true or false value. It occupies only 1 bit, either true or false. The syntactical representation Boolean variable name assigns to value. Here we are giving one example. Boolean B assigns to true. This B is initializing with the true. Here Boolean B assigns to false means we are initializing B with false. Okay, these are the primitive data types. Once again, what is data type? What is data type? How much memory is allocated for the variable? ఒక వేరియబుల్ కి మెమరీలో ఎంత స్పేస్ అలొకేట్ చేస్తుంది అని చెప్పేది డేటా టైప్. దీస్ డేటా టైప్స్ important one as the primitive data types. Primitive data types are nothing but the built-in data types. These built-in data types are further divided into 4 types. What are those? Integer, float, character, boolean. Boolean. Integer is further divided into 4 types: byte, short, integer, long. Float data type. Floating point data type. Floating point data type is further divided into 2 types: float and double. Next, character and boolean. Okay, data type means how much memory is allocated for that variable. ఒక వేరియబుల్ కి ఎంత మెమరీ, ఎంత స్పేస్ ఆఫ్ మెమరీ అలొకేట్ చేస్తుంది అని చెప్పేది డేటా టైప్. ఇన్ ద ఇంటీజర్ డేటా టైప్, it is divided into 4 types. Integer means it does not allow the decimal value. Okay, a byte occupies 1 byte of memory, means 8 bits of memory. 8 bits. It can store the range of the value is minus 128 to plus 127, means 256 characters are allowed. Byte B assigns to 4 means we are initializing B with 4. This B as the byte type of variable. B occupies 1 byte of memory. Next one is the short. Short occupies 16 bits of memory. 16 bits means 2 bytes. It can store the values in the range of minus 32,768 to plus 32,768. Here short, S as the short type of variable. We are initializing this S with the 500. How much memory is allocated for this S? 2 bytes of memory is allocated. Next, integer. Integer occupies 4 bytes of memory, means 32 bits of memory is allocated. The range of the integer is this one. Here I am giving one example for the integer. Int is the keyword, I as the variable name, 2500 is the value. Here I is initializing with the 2500. I occupies 4 bytes of memory. This I as the integer type of variable, so it occupies the 4 bytes of memory. Next to long. Long occupies the 64 bits, means 8 bytes of memory is allocated. The range of the long is this one. How can we define the long variable? Means long as the keyword, L as the variable name. Here we are assigning some value to L. Must and should long variable is the value is embedded with capital L or small l. Next one as the float. A floating point variable floating point variable means uh, it allows the decimal point also. Float occupies 4 bytes of memory, means 32 bits of memory. It can store the range of the value is 1.4 into e power minus 45 to 3.4 into e power plus 38. The floating point variables are defined with the keyword float as the data type. F is the variable name, 24.46 is the value. Must and should we can lead with the F. Value is lead with the F, either capital F or small f. Next, double occupies 64 bytes. 64 bits means 8 bytes of memory is allocated. The range of the double is 439 e power minus 324 to 1.79 into e power plus 308. Okay, double D assigns to some value is assigned. Okay, next one is the character. Character means in the previous section we are discussing only, we are accessing numbers, and in the numbers integer as the, it does not allow the decimal value. In float it allows the decimal value also. This one as the character is it access only the alphabets. Alphabets are characters. It occupies the 2 bytes of memory. A character variable is recognized with the help of the char keyword. Char as the data type. C is the variable name. Here we are initializing C with capital small a or capital E. The character variables must and should be enclosed within the single quotes. Next one as the Boolean data type. Boolean data type stores only the true or false value. It occupies only one bit. Boolean B assigns to true means we are initializing B to true. This B as the Boolean data type. It occupies the 1 byte of memory, 1 bit of memory, not byte, 1 bit only. 1 byte means 8 bits. Here Boolean stores only true or false value. It occupies only 1 bit. Here in the next example, Boolean B assigns to false means we are initializing B with false. This B occupies 1 bit of memory. Okay. The tabular form is data type, memory size, minimum and maximum values. Byte occupies 1 byte, short occupies 2 bytes, int occupies 4 bytes, long occupies 8 bytes, float occupies 4 bytes, double occupies 8 bytes, character occupies 2 bytes, boolean occupies 1 bit. Next to symbolic constants. Symbolic constant. We often use the certain unique constants in program. The constant may appear repeatedly in the number of places in the program. Symbolic names takes the same form as the variable name, but they are written in the capital letters. They cannot be declared inside the method or inside the class. They should be only uh, they should be only as the class data members at the beginning of the class. Okay. Symbolic constants. Symbolic constants. We oftenly use certain unique constants in a program. Constants may appear repeatedly in a number of places in a program. Symbolic names takes the same form as the variable name, but they are written in capital letters. They cannot be declared inside the method. They should be used only as the class data members in the beginning of the class. Symbolic constant. Symbolic constant అంటే ఏంటి? ఒక కాన్స్టెంట్ వాల్యూ ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో చాలా సార్లు రిపీటెడ్ గా వస్తూ ఉంటే గనక ఆ వేరియబుల్ ని ఎట్లా డిఫైన్ చేస్తాము? సింబాలిక్ కాన్స్టెంట్ తో రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తాం. జనరల్ గా సింబాలిక్ కాన్స్టెంట్ ని మన ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో డిఫైన్ చేయాలి అంటే గనక మస్ట్ అండ్ షుడ్ వి కెన్ డిఫైన్ విత్ ద ఫైనల్ కీవర్డ్. Final keyword. Must and should. These symbolic constants are represented with the capital letters. These variables are not declared inside the methods. They should be used only in the class data members at the beginning of the class. Okay. Here we are giving one example and syntax. In syntax, final as the keyword. How can we recognize the symbolic constants? With the help of final keyword. Next one is the type. Final type means data type, either integer, float, character, like that. Symbolic name. Symbolic name is nothing but the variable name. These symbolic constants must be written in capital letters. Next, assigns to value. Here in this example, final as the keyword, we are defining final keyword. This one as the symbolic constant. How can we recognize the symbolic constant? With the help of final keyword only, we can recognize that variable as the symbolic constant. These symbolic constant variables must be written in capitals. Now here int strength. Strength, we are taking the variable name as strength. This is strength. Strength is in capital letters. We are initializing this strength with 100. Okay. This 100, ఈ 100 అనేది మనకి ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో చాలా సార్లు రిపీట్ అవుతూ ఉంది అనుకోండి. ఎక్కడైతే స్ట్రెంగ్త్ అని వస్తుందో ఆటోమేటిక్ గా అక్కడ 100 అనేది సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ అయిపోతుంది అనమాట. నెక్స్ట్ ఫైనల్ ఇంట్ పాస్ మార్క్. పాస్ మార్క్ అసైన్స్ టు 50. మనం పాస్ మార్క్ దేంతో ఇనిషియలైజ్ చేస్తున్నాము? 50 తో ఇనిషియలైజ్ చేస్తున్నాము. ఈ పాస్ మార్క్ అనేది వేరియబుల్ నేమే, కాకపోతే ఎటువంటి టైప్ ఆఫ్ వేరియబుల్? సింబాలిక్ కాన్స్టెంట్ వేరియబుల్ నేమ్. Okay na? These are the symbolic constants. Once again, symbolic constants means we often use certain unique constants in a program. Constants may appear repeatedly in a number of places in a program. Symbolic names takes the same form as the variable name, but they are written in capitals. They cannot be declared inside the method. They should be used only as class data members in the beginning of the class. The syntax for the symbolic constants is final. Final is the keyword, type as the data type, symbolic name means variable name, assigns to value. In this example, final keyword as easily we are writing final. Next to type means data type. Data type as the integer. Symbolic name means here I am taking the variable name as the strength. The symbolic constants, they are written in capitals only. So here strength as the symbolic name, 100 is the value. Next, automatic type conversion. Automatic type conversion. In the automatic type conversion, the value narrator, the lower size of the data is converted to a broader size. Lower case is converted into the higher case without loss of information. It is called the widening conversion. Widening conversion. Okay. Automatic type conversion. Automatic type conversion means a value of narrator means lower size data type is converted to value of the broader size means higher size without loss of any information is called the widening conversion. This is done implicitly by the Ja- this is done implicitly by the JVM. JVM means Java Virtual Mission. Java Virtual Mission. Java Virtual Mission means Java Virtual Mission. It is also known as the implicit casting. Okay, automatic type conversion. Automatic type conversion means lower size of the data type is converted to the higher size of the data type. It is called the it is called the widening conversion. Okay, Java permits a mix of constants and variables of the different types in an expression. In Java, it permits mixing of constants and values of different types in expression. A value of narrower means lower data type is converted into the higher data type without loss of information is called the widening conversion. This is implicitly done by the JVM. This is also known as the implicit casting. For example, here I am taking the A as the integer type, B as the double type. Here we are converting, here we are assigning A to B. A to B means A value is initialized to B. So lower data type is converted to higher data type. It does not last the value. Widening conversion is allowed in the following cases. Byte can be converted to means lower data type can be converted to higher data type. Byte occupies 2 bytes of memory. It can be converted into byte occupies only 1 byte of memory. It converted to short, integer, long, float or double. Short can be converted to int, long, float or double. Character can be converted to int, long, float or double. Int can be converted to long, float and double. Long can be converted to double. Float can be converted to double. Okay. The lowest data type can be converted into the highest data type without loss of information. This is called the widening conversion. Short, int, long, float or double are the highest data types than the byte data type. So this byte can be converted to short, int, long, float or double. Short Short occupies the 2 bytes of memory. Int occupies the 4 bytes of memory. Long occupies the 4 bytes of memory. Float is also occupies the 4 bytes of memory. Double is also double occupies the 8 bytes of memory. So this short can be converted to int, long, float or double. Um, in this conversion without loss of information. Character can be converted to int, long, float or double. Int can be converted to long, float, double. Long can be converted to double. Why we are not converting to float? Float is also occupies the 4 bytes of memory. So lowest to data type can be converted into the highest to data type without any loss of information. Okay, float can be converted to double. Okay, next, automatic type conversion. Automatic type conversion. The diagrammatic representation. In previous class, in the previous section, how can we convert is discussed. Automatic time conversion means this character value, character and here we are taking the two variables. Both the variables are the character type. This can be converted to int. One variable as the character type and another variable as the byte type. It can be converted to int. One variable as the character type and another variable as the short type. We can convert it into int. Character int. Int లోకి కన్వర్ట్ చేయొచ్చు. క్యారెక్టర్ వన్ వేరియబుల్ క్యారెక్టర్ వేరియబుల్, అనదర్ వేరియబుల్ ఇస్ ద లాంగ్ వేరియబుల్. దేంట్లో కన్వర్ట్ చేయొచ్చు? లాంగ్ లోకి కన్వర్ట్ చేయొచ్చు. వన్ వేరియబుల్ యాజ్ ద క్యారెక్టర్ వేరియబుల్ అండ్ అనదర్ వేరియబుల్ యాజ్ ద float variable. We can convert that variable into the float type. one variable as the character type and another variable as the double type, we can convert that variable into the double type. Okay, character occupies 2 bytes of memory. So which one is the highest one? Both are the 2 bytes of memory. Int occupies the 4 bytes of memory. So here we can convert the character variable into integer variable. One variable is the byte variable, another variable as the character variable. We can convert that variable into int. One variable as the byte and another one as also a byte. It can be converted into int. Okay, like this only we can convert the automatic conversion. Next concept, typecasting. Narrowing conversion. Narrowing conversion. Narrowing conversion means highest data type is converted to lowest data type. The resultant, the resultant information, loss of information will be performed. So this type of conversion is called the narrowing conversion. Widening conversion means smallest data type is converted into largest data type. No loss of information will be performed. In the narrowing conversion, highest data type converted to a lowest data type, the result in loss of information will be performed. So this is called the narrowing conversion. This is not done implicitly by the JVM. It requires the explicit casting. In widening character, implicit casting will be performed by the JVM. Here, narrowing conversion, explicit conversion will be explicit casting will take place. For example, double data type is explicitly converted into the integer type, so loss of information will be performed. Here, in this example, double value as a as the double type of variable. We are initializing with 100.7. This 100.7 is converted is initialized to b, means loss of information will be performed. Here int b assigns to we are converting, narrowing conversion will be takes place for a, the loss of information will be performed. Here we are printing the b value. How much value will be printed? 100 will be printed, means the loss of information, decimal part truncation will takes place. In the above example, a as the explicitly converted to integer b. Float into int causes the truncation of the fractional part. Double to float causes the rounding of the digits. Long to int causes the dropping of excess higher order bits. Uh, Narrowing conversion is allowed in these cases. Short can be converted to byte or character. Character can be converted to byte or short. Int can be converted to byte short character. Long can be converted to byte short character. Float can be converted to byte short character int long. Double can be converted to all data types, means byte short character int long float. Okay, these are the highest data types, these are the lowest data types. Highest data type is converted to lowest data type is called the narrowing conversion. This is not done by the implicitly by the JVM. It requires the explicit casting. The loss of information will take place. For example, the double value is converted to integer value. The truncation will take place, means truncation of the fractional part will be takes place. The double to float causes the rounding of the digits. Long to integer cases causes the dropping of excess higher order of the bits. The narrowing conversion is allowed in which cases short can be converted to byte character, and character can be converted to byte short, integer can be converted to byte short or character, long can be converted to byte short or character, float can be converted to byte short character int or long. Double can be converted to byte, short, character, int, long, or float. Next to typecasting. Typecasting means we often encounter the situations where there is a need to store the value of one type to another type. This is called the type conversion. suppose we need to store a value of one type to another type, must and should we are taking the typecasting. In this process, converting of one data type to another data type is nothing but the casting. How can we cast? What is the syntax for the casting? Type variable name 1 assigns to, within the bracket we are defining the casting data type. Next, variable name. There are instances we are forced to type conversion in one way is different from the automatic conversion. One way to automatic conversion. Here in this example, ratio assigns to female number by male number. Female number and male numbers are declared as the integer. Decimal part of the result, the division would be last. Means decimal value will be last. So this is the incorrect result. So in these situations, we solve by converting locally one variable to one variable to floating type. Means ratio assigns to float of female number by male number. Female number by male number. The correct fractional part will be displayed. The process such as the local conversion is called as the casting value. Here we are giving some examples. X assigns to int. This 7.5 is converting to integer type. After conversion, 7.5 is converted to integer by truncation of the value. Means the output will be displayed 7. A assigns to int of 21.3 by int of 4.5 means evaluation will take place. Integer means it does not allow the fractional part. So 21 by 4, the result would be 5. B assigns to double of sum by n means the division done in floating point mode. Next, y assigns to int of a plus b means the resultant value of a plus b is converted to integer. Z assigns to int of a plus b means a is converted to integer and added to b. Here we are taking the a plus b in this bracket. The resultant value is converted to integer, but in this example, here we are taking the integer as the casting variable. A plus b means we are not defining any brackets. So in this example, a is converted to integer and this a is added to a b. This is the typecasting. Typecasting means to store the one type of value variable into another type. The process of converting the one data type to another data type is called the casting. What is the syntax for the typecasting? Type variable name assigns to, within the brackets, casting data type must be declared. Next, variable 2. In this example, ratio assigns to female number by male number. The resultant value is not correct value will be displayed. Must and should, we can define the casting variable. The resultant value, we want decimal part also. Must and should, we can define float as the casting variable. Okay. Local conversion is also known as the cast value, type name, expression. Here we are giving some examples. Next, example program for the casting variable. Here, class as the keyword, casting as the class name. Class name, in the class name, first character must be a capital letter. Class is enclosed within the curly braces. In Java, uh, the main program is also contains one class. This is purely object oriented programming language. Purely object oriented programming language means every program, every method or main program must contains the class. Purely ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఓరియంటెడ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ మీన్స్ మనం మెయిన్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ని కూడా ఒక క్లాస్లో డిఫైన్ చేయాల్సిందే. ఎందుకు అంటే ఇది ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఓరియంటెడ్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ కాబట్టి ఇన్స్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ద class is nothing but the object. Here we are taking the main as the method. This main method we are declaring as the static. Public is the access specifier. Static is the static method. Void is return data type. Main. Next string args. అంటే మనం ఈ మెయిన్ ప్రోగ్రాంలో తీసుకునే వేరియబుల్స్ అన్నిటినీ కూడా ఎలా తీసుకుంటుందంటే స్ట్రింగ్ టైప్ కింద తీసుకుంటుంది. తర్వాత ఆ స్ట్రింగ్ డేటా టైప్ని మనకి కావాల్సిన డేటా టైప్స్కి కన్వర్ట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఇక్కడ నేను ఏం చేస్తున్నా అంటే ఫ్లోట్ టైప్ తీసుకున్నా. సమ్ యాజ్ ద ఫ్లోట్ టైప్, ఇంట్ ఐ యాజ్ ద ఇంటీజర్ టైప్. సమ్ ఈజ్ ఇనిషియలైజింగ్ విత్ ద 0.0f. మనం ప్రీవియస్లీ డిస్కస్ చేసాం ఏంటి, ఫ్లోట్ వేరియబుల్ని ఇనిషియలైజ్ చేయాలి అంటే మస్ట్ అండ్ షుడ్ వాల్యూని క్యాపిటల్ ఎఫ్తో కానీ స్మాల్ ఎఫ్తో కానీ లీడింగ్ అనేది చేయాలి. ఓకే, హియర్ ఐ యాజ్ ద ఇంటీజర్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ వేరియబుల్. ఇక్కడ మనం ఏమి ఇవాల్యుయేట్ చేస్తున్నాము అంటే టైప్ కాస్టింగ్ యూజ్ చేసి నేను ఒక ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ని ఇవాల్యుయేట్ చేస్తున్నా. అంటే నేను ఐ వాల్యూ 10 వరకు అంటే 1 ప్లస్ 1/2 ప్లస్ 1/3 ప్లస్ 1/4 ప్లస్ 1/5 ప్లస్ అండ్ సో ఆన్ 1/10 వరకు వాల్యూని ఇవాల్యుయేట్ చేయాలి అంటే మనం ఒక ప్రోగ్రామ్ని డెవలప్ చేస్తున్నాం. ఈ ప్రోగ్రాంలో సమ్ అనే ఒక వేరియబుల్ తీసుకున్నాం. ఆ వేరియబుల్ వచ్చేసి ఫ్లోట్ టైప్, I as the another variable, this variable as the integer type. We are initializing sum with 0.0f. I as the integer type of variable for the sake of looping. For the sake of looping only we are taking the I value. In this program we are evaluating 1 plus 1/2 plus 1/3 plus 1/4 plus 1/5 plus 1/4 plus and so on 1/10. We are finding the value of this expression. So initially we are initializing sum as the 0.0f. In this program here how many times this loop will be repeated? 10 times. I value initially it contains 1 and I less than or equal to 10 means I value 1 అయినప్పుడు this group of statements will be executed. Initially sum contains the 0 plus 1 by float of I value ఎంత 1. 1/1 means ఎంత అవుతుంది 1. అంటే I value 1 అయినప్పుడు సమ్లోకి ఎంత వస్తుంది 1 అనేది వచ్చేస్తుంది. I value 1 ఉన్నప్పుడు సమ్లోకి ఎంత వస్తుంది 1 వస్తుంది. నెక్స్ట్ మళ్ళీ I value ఇంక్రిమెంట్ అయ్యి I plus plus means previously I contains the 1 plus 1 means 2 is less than or equal to 10. The condition is true. Then it enters into the loop. In previous sum contains 1 plus 1 by I value as the 2, 1/2. The resultant value is stored in sum. Here we are printing the I value and sum value. Next I value will be incremented. In previous I value contains 2 plus 1 means 3 is less than or equal to 10. Condition is true. In previous iteration sum contains 1 plus 1/2. Here plus 1 by I value as 3, 1/3. Up to this process will be repeated 10 times. Okay. ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తే రిజల్ట్ ఏమొస్తుంది అనేది చూద్దాము. దీన్ని ఎలా సేవ్ చేయాలి అంటే ఒక నోట్ ప్యాడ్లో ఇక్కడ మనం ప్రోగ్రామ్ని కాపీ చేసి నేను ఒక నోట్ ప్యాడ్ తీసుకుంటున్నాను. నేను ఒక నోట్ ప్యాడ్ తీసుకుని ఈ నోట్ ప్యాడ్లో ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ని పేస్ట్ చేసి సేవ్ చేసేటప్పుడు క్లాస్ నేమ్ ఏదైతే ఉందో అదే నేమ్తో సేవ్ చేయాలి. ఓకే, సేవ్ చేసిన తర్వాత దీన్ని రన్ చేయాలి అంటే కనుక స్టార్ట్ బటన్ ఆర్ అంటే కనుక కమాండ్ ప్రాంప్ట్ అనేది ఓపెన్ అవుతుంది. ఓపెన్ అయిన తర్వాత జావా సి అనేది ఏంటంటే కంపైలర్, జావా కంపైలర్. నెక్స్ట్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ నేమ్ ఏంటి, కాస్టింగ్ డాట్ జావా అంటే ప్రోగ్రామ్ని కంపైల్ చేస్తుంది. కంపైల్ చేసినప్పుడు ఏ మిస్టేక్స్ లేకపోతే కనుక మామూలుగా డిస్ప్లే అవుతుంది జావా. నెక్స్ట్ జావా కాస్టింగ్ అని చెప్పేసి రాస్తే సరిపోతుంది. ఇక డాట్ జావా కూడా పెట్టక్కర్లేదు. ఓకే, ఐ వాల్యూ 1 ఉన్నప్పుడు సమ్ వాల్యూ 1.0 వచ్చింది. ఐ వాల్యూ 2 ఉన్నప్పుడు సమ్ వాల్యూ 1.5 వచ్చింది. ఐ వాల్యూ 3 ఉన్నప్పుడు సమ్ వాల్యూ 1.83333 అని చెప్పేసి వచ్చింది. ఐ వాల్యూ 4 ఉన్నప్పుడు సమ్ వాల్యూ 2.028 అని వచ్చింది. ఐ వాల్యూ 5 ఉన్నప్పుడు 2.28 అని వచ్చింది. అట్లా ఐ వాల్యూ 10 అయినప్పుడు వాల్యూ ఎంత వచ్చింది, 2.928 అనేది వచ్చింది. ఓకేనా. నెక్స్ట్ దీస్ ఆర్ ద టాపిక్స్. ఈరోజు మనం డిస్కస్ చేసిన టాపిక్స్ ఏంటి, లెర్నింగ్ ఆబ్జెక్టివ్స్ వచ్చేసి వేరియబుల్స్ గురించి నేర్చుకున్నాం. స్కోప్ ఆఫ్ ద వేరియబుల్స్, డేటా టైప్స్, సింబాలిక్ కాన్స్టెంట్స్, డేటా టైప్ కన్వర్షన్, నారోయింగ్ కన్వర్షన్, టైప్ కాస్టింగ్, ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ అండ్ టైప్ కాస్టింగ్. Variable is an identifier. It denotes the storage location used to store the data value. So the variables in Java programming, it is necessary to declare the variable before we are using. Rules for declaring the variables are: variable name may consist of alphabets, digits, and underscore. They must not begin with the digit. Next, uppercase and lowercase are different. It should not be a keyword. White space characters are not allowed. Variable names can be any of the length. The syntax for the variable declaration is data type space variable 1, comma variable 2, comma variable 3 and so on. అంటే ఒక డేటా టైప్కి సపోజ్ నేను ఇంటీజర్ టైప్ తీసుకున్నాను, నేను ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేయాలి అంటే కనుక మోర్ దాన్ 1 ఇంటీజర్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ వేరియబుల్ కావాలి అంటే వి నీడ్ నాట్ టు రైట్ ద సపరేట్ ఇంటీజర్ వాల్యూ. ఈ వేరియబుల్స్ ని కామాతో సపరేట్ చేస్తే సరిపోతుంది. సపోజ్ ఇంటీజర్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ వేరియబుల్స్ ఐ జే కే అని డిఫైన్ చేయాలి అంటే వి నీడ్ నాట్ టు స్పెసిఫై ద ఇంట్ ఐ సెమీకోలన్ ఎంటర్ కొట్టి ఇంట్ జే ఇంట్ కే అని చెప్పేసి రాయక్కర్లేదు. ఇంట్ ఐ కామా జే కామా కే అని చెప్పేసి డిఫైన్ చేస్తే సరిపోతుంది. ఓకే, హియర్ ఐఎమ్ గివింగ్ some examples. Int count as the integer type of variable. Float average as the float type of variable. Double p1 as the double type of variable. Next is scope of the giving the values to the variable. ఒక వేరియబుల్ కి వాల్యూస్ ఇవ్వాలి అంటే కనుక 2 ways లో ఇవ్వచ్చు. అవి ఏంటంటే బై యూజింగ్ ద అసైన్మెంట్ స్టేట్మెంట్, బై యూజింగ్ ద రీడ్ కీవర్డ్. అసైన్మెంట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ద్వారా variable name assigns to value. Initial value as the variable name, 0 as the value, final value as the variable, 10 as the value, a as the variable, 90 as the variable. Okay, another way, data type, variable name, value. Here data type as the integer type, initial value as the variable name, 0 as the value. Next is scope of the variable. The scope of the variable. Scope of variable means ఆ వేరియబుల్ యొక్క స్కోప్ ఎంతవరకు ఉంది ప్రోగ్రామ్లో. దీస్ ఆర్ కేటగరైజ్డ్ ఇంటూ 3 ways. ఇన్స్టెన్స్ వేరియబుల్, క్లాస్ వేరియబుల్, లోకల్ వేరియబుల్స్. ఇన్స్టెన్స్ వేరియబుల్స్ మీన్స్ inside the class and outside the method declared variables are called the instance variables. Suppose we want to access the instance variable with the help of object. Next, static variables are class variables. Thus these variables are declared with the static keyword. A static keyword in the class but not in the method is called the static variables. Local variables means these variables declared inside the method. ఇన్సైడ్ ద మెథడ్ డిక్లేర్ చేసిన వేరియబుల్స్ ఏమంటారంటే లోకల్ వేరియబుల్స్ అంటారు. దీస్ వేరియబుల్స్ ఆర్ నాట్ యాక్సెస్డ్ అవుట్సైడ్ ద ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఆర్ అవుట్సైడ్ ద బ్లాక్. These variables are used in that program only. In this example, class A as the class name, int amount. This amount is declared inside the class and outside the method. So, suppose we want to access the amount, must and should we can define the object for this class. Object we create chesi with the help of object only we can access this amount. Next, static int pin. Pin throughout the program పిన్ వాల్యూ అనేది ఒక్కటే ఉంటుంది అనమాట. సో అందుకని స్టాటిక్ కీవర్డ్ తీసుకున్నాం అనమాట. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ ఇన్సైడ్ ద మెథడ్ డిఫైన్డ్ వేరియబుల్స్ ఆర్ కాల్డ్ ద లోకల్ వేరియబుల్స్ మెయిన్ యాజ్ ద మెథడ్. ఇంట్ ఏజ్ అసైన్స్ టు 35 మీన్స్ హియర్ ఏజ్ యాజ్ ద లోకల్ వేరియబుల్. నెక్స్ట్ కాన్సెప్ట్ యాజ్ ద డేటా టైప్. వాట్ ఈస్ డేటా టైప్? Data type means how much memory is allocated for the variable is nothing but the data type. In these data types, first one as the primitive data type. Primitive data type means built-in data types. These primitive data types are further divided into 4 types: integer, floating, character, boolean. This integer data type is further divided into byte, short, int, long. Float data type is further divided into float and double. Next, character and boolean. Boolean byte occupies the 1 byte of memory. The range of the value is minus 128 to plus 127. Byte B assigns to 4 means B occupies 1 byte of memory. Short occupies the 16 bits means 2 bytes of memory. The range is minus 32,768 to 32,767. Next, integer occupies 4 bytes of memory. It occupies the 32 bits. Long occupies the 8 bytes of memory means 64 bits. Long variable must be the value must be embedded with the capital L or small l. Float occupies the 4 bytes of memory means 32 bits. Means the range of the value is minus 3.4 into e power minus 38 to plus 3.4 into e power plus 38. The float variable must be embedded with the value is embedded with the capital F or small f. Double occupies the 8 bytes of memory. The range of the double is minus 1.7 into e power minus 308 to plus 1.7 into plus e power 308. Okay. Next one as the character. Character occupies the 2 bytes of memory means 16 bits. Char assigns to A. We are initializing C with A. Char assigns to within the single quotes we are enclosed the capital E. We are initializing capital E to C. It occupies the 2 bytes of memory. Next, Boolean data type. Boolean data type stores only true or false values. It occupies only 1 bit. Boolean B assigns to true means we are initializing B to true. Here Boolean B assigns to false means we are initializing false to B. B occupies 1 bit of memory. Okay, these are the tabular form. What is the data type? Size of the memory and maximum and minimum values. Byte occupies 1 byte of memory. Short occupies 2 bytes of memory. Int occupies 4 bytes of memory. Long occupies 8 bytes of memory. Float occupies 4 bytes of memory. Double occupies 8 bytes of memory. Character occupies 2 bytes of memory. Boolean occupies 1 bit of memory. Symbolic constant. We often use the certain unique constants in our program. The constant may appear repeatedly in a number of places in the program. Symbolic constant takes the same form as the variable name, but they're written in capital letters. They cannot be declared inside the method. They should be used only in the class members in the beginning of the program, in the beginning of the class. Okay, how can we recognize the symbolic constant? With the help of final keyword, we are recognizing those variables are the symbolic constant variables. At the same time, the variable name is represented, the variable name is written capital letters. In this syntax, final as the keyword, type, symbolic name assigns to value. Next, final, int, strength as the variable name. Next. Automatic type conversion. Automatic type conversion can be performed in 2 ways. One is the widening conversion, another one is the narrowing conversion. Okay. In the widening conversion, lowest data type is converted to highest data type, it is called as the widening conversion. And in this, this is implicitly done by the JVM. It is also known as the implicit casting. For example, integer data type is directly converted to the double. No loss of value will be performed. Lowest data type can be converted into the highest data type. For example, one variable, we are taking the character type of variable, it can be converted to int, long, float, double, like that. Float can be converted to double only. Next to automatic type conversion, this is the tabular form. Next, narrowing conversion means highest size of data type is converted to the narrower, means lowest size of data type. The result is loss of information. It is called the narrowing conversion. It is not done by implicitly by the JVM. It requires the explicit casting. Means double data type is explicitly converted to the integer type, the loss of information will take place. The float into the integer, truncation of the fractional part will be takes place. Double to float causes the rounding of the digits will be takes place. Long to integer causes the dropping of the excess of the higher order bits. Okay. Narrowing conversion means short is the short is the highest data type. This highest data type is converted to lowest data types like byte or character. Some loss of information will be performed. Suppose double can be converted into the either byte, short, character, int, long, or float. The loss of information will be takes place. Next to typecasting. It is often encountered in situations where they are needed to store the value of one type to variable of the another type, means one data type to another data type. The process of conversion of one data type to another data type is nothing but the casting. What is the syntax for the casting? Type variable name assigns to type variable 2. Here automatic conversion will take place. Here ratio assigns to female number by male number. The truncation of the value will take place. Suppose I want to decimal part also, must and should we can define the float data type. Okay. Here some example we are taking. Next, this is the example program for conversion of typecasting.